Tropics heating up, and just when you thought you were caught up on the latest information, we got more to talk about.
Yeah.
It's that time of year for sure, right?
Yeah, they always throw something new at you.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in the tropics. Seems like it's been a very backloaded season, and we hope that trend ends soon, but it doesn't seem like it will.
I know. Let's talk about it, because we've got odds for Jerry now, which is the next name on the list. They're increasing as we watch Invest 95L slowly organizing as it moves toward the Caribbean, that area that we're watching there closely. So as we watch, the Caribbean also watching, but we've also got another area to talk about that we will break down in just a moment as we go through this month, because Haley, to your point, this is the time we start to, backload a lot of the seasons. As we look out over Barbados and San Juan, Puerto Rico from previous years, 2023 and 2024, areas here we'll be watching for more in the way of wind and some rain, big waves as well. We'll also talk about the steering mechanisms. Now, Invest 95L, remember, it's an area that we're investigating. These showers and thunderstorms are trying to come together, trying to get the center all together. Thankfully, well, I shouldn't say thankfully, it is in an area where the dust is farther north. So it's got things working in its favor, if you will. Second area to watch right in the MDR, which we will break down in just a moment as well. Invest 95L has a 90% chance of development. Now the odds going up little by little each day as it moves into a more favorable environment. Here's Puerto Rico. Here are the Lesser Antilles. The red area you see there is where we could see development. Not a forecast cone, but where we could see development. On the southern side here, we do have some very warm waters, and right ahead of it, there was some drier air, but now it's moving into an area where we're seeing more in the way of moisture. That dust well up into the north, Haley, it's just far north, in fact, almost like a buffer, if you will, and as these storms pick up, they send out a little more moisture in the atmosphere themselves as well, so that will help it. And these odds have gone up from yesterday. Remember, we were in this bright green kind of color? We were trying to figure out the color of it. Yeah. Now we're up in the high as we look at all of the models put together, and now they're all in pretty good agreement that, yeah, this thing looks better, which is why we see that 90% chance of development, too. Yeah,
it does seem like this is a surefire thing to at least become a tropical depression, which is what that previous graphic is looking for. Yeah. Now, tropical depression would not get a name, so still a little iffy on if we'll get Jerry or not, but with those odds continuing to increase, obviously it looks a little more likely. One thing I did notice is that the model spread has been getting a little bit greater, especially on the latter half of the forecast period. Yeah. And that's where things could get a little bit hairy, I would say. It means more impacts for portions of the Caribbean, the U.S. and British Virgin Islands as we get closer to the weekend. Or we could be talking hardly any. It just sort of depends on how far south this thing goes. But it's been pretty far south so far.
Yeah, no kidding. We watch it closely, and we'll break down what's going on in the Central American Gyre in just a few minutes here as well.